What's up, Tech King? Stefan here from TechRight. In this video, we're going to be going over the pros and cons of the new 2022 Moto G Stylus. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. If you guys have been living under a rock, you may not have noticed that we actually have a new Moto G Stylus that just came out. Now this is going to be a 4G Moto G Stylus. As you guys know, the Moto G Stylus 5G was prior to the 2022 version. They're probably going to make a second edition of the 5G variant, but this is the newest one that we have here from 2022. There were a few minor improvements and stuff like that, but we're going to be going over the pros and cons right now. Now, starting off with the pros, obviously this is pretty much the newest and cheapest phone that you can get that comes with a stylus. The stylus in this device is actually really good. This is going to be made out of a titanium, I believe. This is a very heavy, very premium feeling stylus. Very accurate stylus as well. You guys can take your notes and all that type of stuff. You guys can draw. Really cool little thing right here for people that may be in business and stuff like that and need a phone that you guys can take notes on. Maybe you're an entrepreneur or something and you guys, just want a pen for like signatures and all that type of good stuff. This is a phone that is definitely going to fulfill that need and at a cheap price. Our second pro on this device is we have a beautiful display on this. So we have that hole punch notch at the top in the middle right there. This is going to be full HD. We have a 396 ppi, which is actually really good considering that this is a $299 phone. And of course we have a 90 Hz display that looks very good. So that's something you guys can look forward to if you guys have, a previous Moto G Stylus or an LG Stylo. Those devices did not have 90 Hz on them, and this one does, so it's cool that we get that refresh rate update. Third pro, and this is definitely something that we don't see a lot, is the dedicated micro SD card slot. So if you guys go ahead and pop that out, you can actually put a micro SD card inside of here to expand your storage, so that's really cool. The other thing is we actually do have our 3.5mm headphone jack now in 2022, seeing that they are taking these away from many different phones. It's cool that we see it on the Moto G Stylus 2022. Very cool that they saved all of that on here. Our fourth pro is going to be our 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage. We have a ton of storage inside of this device, and obviously, as I said before, we can expand that storage via micro SD card, but I think $128 for the price that you're getting right here is very good, because I've bought some phones in the past from like Apple and stuff and spent like $700-800, and I would get a 64 GB variant. I don't know what's up with that. They definitely need to do better, especially since you're dropping almost $1,000 or even $1,000 on a phone, but we get 128 GB straight out of the box on here, and the 6 GB of RAM is going to be very good. This phone is actually very snappy. We have the Helio G88 inside of this from MediaTek, so I'm really surprised that that 6 GB of RAM came in this, because it has definitely helped speed up this phone so far. Our fifth pro is going to be that this takes decent photos in daylight and in good lighting. We have some very nice true to life colors on this phone. Very sharp images, very good colors, very nice saturation on this. Something I forgot to talk about the screen is that we actually have a very nice saturation on this full HD display. But very nice saturation, very nice colors, clear pictures, and for $300 you really can't go wrong. It's a very decent camera for taking photos. And the 6 Pro, and I think this is the obvious one, but this device has 5,000 milliamps in this. Now they say that this can last for about 2 days, and it seems like people have been saying that is true, so it's nice to see that. However, this does take a while to charge because it doesn't have fast charging, and we'll talk about that later. But the huge 5,000 milliamp battery is definitely going to be an all day or almost 2-day battery life, and we're gonna go ahead and test it later on. We'll probably do a little vlog on here if you guys want me to do that. But huge battery in here. If you guys are power users, if you guys are gamers, or you're just constantly on your phone throughout the day, then this is definitely going to be a good phone for you as far as the battery goes. And starting with the dreaded cons. Now there are 5 cons about this phone, and I think we can all agree on all of these cons. Going into the first one is that this has no 5G support. Now in 2020 2022, this is kind of weird, seeing that we have many different phones that are much cheaper that have 5G on them. Now, I don't know if they're going to make another model. That's what I think they're going to do, is they're going to make a Moto G Stylus 2022 5G, and they're going to try to milk that little 5G. But I feel like the 2022 version should have started with 5G already outside the box. That's kind of weird that they did that. I don't agree with it at all, and I think Motorola definitely dropped the ball on that, because people aren't picking up this device simply because it doesn't have 5G. Now, I don't think it's going to be a terrible device because it doesn't have 5G, because 5G isn't, all the way there yet. It isn't the best it could be, but if you're gonna deter people from buying a phone by not putting 5G in it, what's the point of making this phone, right? Getting into the second con about this phone, you can get some heating issues when playing video games or heavily gaming on this device. If you guys are playing little flash games, maybe a round or two of Call of Duty, this isn't going to be an issue for you. But since we do have a plastic back on this phone, this is easy to get hot. So if you guys are heavily gaming for hours and hours, this may have a little bit of a heating issue. So just keep that in mind, gamers. Our third con is that we only have 1080p filming on the Moto G Stylus 2022. So we can only film at 1080, 30 frames per second. A lot of people wanted 60 frames per second. I don't see that as working well, but I would definitely state this as a con. I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of video recording samples later on in the future video. So definitely stay tuned for that. But I don't think this is going to be a decent camera for recording videos. On the other hand, photos, it's probably going to be decent, but recording videos, I am not holding my breath for it. But I feel like most companies that are releasing mid-rangers and budget devices, they definitely need to up the sensors in these devices and kind of put more time inside of the camera, even if it's software. Number 4, this has no fast charge support. Now, inside of the box, we actually do get a wall charger, which is cool, and it's very rare to see in 2022, seeing that the A13 5G, a super budget phone, didn't even receive that, only our data cable. Inside this box, we received a 10-watt charger. This does not actually come with fast charging, so that kind of sucks. This is going to take a little while to charge, a little more than usual. I don't think it's that bad though, because we get our little incentive of our 2-day battery life, so I don't think it's that crazy. Just put it on the charger at nighttime. I think that would be the best practice for this phone. It sucks that we don't have fast charging on this device, since so many other Motorola devices do. And our last con on this device is that we only have 2 colors. So it looks like we have metallic rose and we have this little blue right here. I think this looks beautiful in the sun. I feel like they should go for a matte color next time. It does leave a ton of fingerprints as well because it's so glossy. And I know people are like, you can get a case, but I don't want to rock a case on this type of phone because there are so many cases that block the stylus, and I don't really care if I drop a phone like this because they're pretty much indestructible. I like to have my phone naked, to be quite honest. So I would definitely like a matte color next time, something that doesn't leave so many fingerprints. I think that would be really cool. And seeing that this phone's already 6.8 inches, I don't want to even make it thicker or bigger because of a case. Yeah, guys, those were the things that I loved about this device, and I also showed you my gripes. If there's any other things you guys want me to make videos on about this device, leave it in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys have any opinions on this device, pros or cons, leave them in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like down below, as well as subscribing if you're not part of the Tech Gang already. Also, hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.